Hi there, this is Mr. Evans with a video on extrapolation. I've worked through now these two bullet points. This is the final bullet point in this section on actually interpreting the marketing data that is collected. Extrapolation is the use of data that has been collected in the past in order to predict future patterns of behaviour. In other words, you look at previous trends, and as a result of what you've seen in the past, you try to work out what's going to happen in the future. So here's an example of some extrapolation. You can see that we've got sales varying from month to month. We've collected sales data between January and September, and then we've drawn a line of best fit and projected that into the future to help us predict what's going to happen. So, extrapolation is based on data that's already been collected. So, a good business will, keep its previous data, marketing data that's been collected, sales data, etc. So it's relatively cheap to do, and it allows decisions to be based on actual past events. If, for example, sales data that really happened, or you may extrapolate into the future based on some market research. But essentially, extrapolation allows business decisions to be made, such as that final bullet point there, helping to set sales targets, etc., based on what's actually happened in the past. Extrapolation can also help to smooth out fluctuations, to reveal any patterns in the data, so that the data here is jumping about from month to month. The extrapolation smooths it out. Of course, it's arguable that unless this trend here is based on what happened last year, maybe we've got a product that sells more in the early months of the year than it does in the later months of the year, this extrapolation might be quite accurate. If, however, we're expecting an uptick in sales on the way up to Christmas, we would need to adjust that line to reflect that. The cons of extrapolation is based on past experience, and therefore it may not consider changes in the external environment, things that obviously it's not going to consider unforeseen circumstances, we may not be able to foresee changes that will affect what happens in the future. It's reliant on the accuracy of data previously collected. Have we actually got accurate sales figures? Has the market research that we've conducted, is that accurate and reflective of what will actually happen in reality? If not, our extrapolation could be off, and therefore we may set unrealistic targets or have unrealistic expectations. Extrapolation may not consider seasonal or cyclical variations. So seasonal, unless we factor in the impact of Christmas, Easter, etc., the summer on sales, then maybe that won't be included. And for example, if we've got a product that sells well in the summer and we haven't considered that in our extrapolation, we may not have enough supply to match demand in the summer months. Cyclical variations. What I mean by cyclical variations are changes in the economic cycle, which are notoriously difficult to predict. Very, very few people saw the big economic recession of 2008 and later years coming. Businesses may well have projected sales into the future at that time that just were not accurate when the time came, because it was so difficult to predict that variation in the economic cycle. Okay, so a brief look at extrapolation there and how businesses may use extrapolation.